Have you ever rummaged through a cabinet that was stuffed to the brim with takeout menus that you no longer use? Or perhaps it's that junk drawer that's bursting at the seams, the one where socks that don't match each other end up? Occasionally, your financial condition will shift as a result of the changes that occur in your life. Perhaps you and your significant other opened a joint account when you were practically living in each other's pockets, but now things are different. Maybe you're sharing a place with roommates and need separate finances, or maybe you're just decluttering your financial life. Whatever the reason, you're here because you want to know how to close a Capital One joint account. Closing a joint account can feel daunting, but fear not, financial friend. We'll walk you through the steps, from making sure you're ready to say goodbye to that shared account, to the different ways you can actually close it with Capital One. Now, before we dive in, a quick heads up. While you generally don't need permission from the other account holder to close a Capital One joint account, it is a good idea to communicate clearly, especially if you're on good terms. Closing a joint account can affect things like automatic payments and shared financial responsibility. So, grab your metaphorical broom, let's sweep away some confusion, and get that joint account out of your financial life. Step 1, is your account closure ready? Think of this as the pre-clean prep before you tackle that overflowing drawer. Here are a few things to consider. Is the balance zero? Capital One won't close your account if there's money still sitting in there. So, transfer any remaining funds out to another account, or withdraw it if you prefer. Are there any pending transactions? Hold off on closing the account until everything clears. A bounce check because the account is closed can be a real headache. Do you have automatic debits or credit set up? Make sure you update any linked accounts for things like bills or direct deposit before you close the account. Nobody wants a rude awakening when their rent payment gets rejected. Step 2, choosing your closing method. Capital One offers a few different ways to close your joint account, giving you some flexibility. Branch out. Visit a local Capital One branch. This might be the best option if you prefer a face-to-face interaction. Bring a valid form of ID and be prepared to answer some questions about the account and your closing intentions. Phone a friend. Call Capital One customer service. For those who prefer phone calls, you can dial Capital One's customer service number at 1-800-655-2265 and speak with a representative about closing your account. Again, have your ID handy and be prepared to answer some questions. The digital detox. Close your account online. If you're comfortable managing finances online, Capital One allows you to close your joint account through their online banking platform. However, it's important to note that both account holders may need to sign in separately to initiate closure. Step 3. Confirmation is key. Once you've chosen your closing method and followed the necessary steps, make sure you get confirmation from Capital One that the account closure is in process. This could be a receipt from the branch, a confirmation email, or a note from the customer service representative. Bonus tip: consider the alternatives. Maybe you don't necessarily need to close the account entirely. If you and the other account holder are still on good terms, you could consider converting the account to a single account. This allows one of you to take full ownership of the account. Keeping the account dormant. If there's a chance you might need the account again in the future, you could leave it open with a zero balance. Just be aware that some accounts may incur inactivity fees. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.